Yo, how's it going, everyone? I saw a question here. Hey, Daniel. Thank you so much, man. How's it going? I'm trying to think when the last time was that I caught you. Would have been quite a while ago, no? I saw a question in here. If I may, how do you get the audio from the DAW into OBS? So I have, for a while I was on Mac, and as someone already pointed out, you can use a program on there called Loopback, which is really cool because it lets you kind of hijack audio from like multiple sources like hardware and applications and stuff. But I'm obviously now on Windows, and what I was doing for a while was two audio interfaces. So my main interface, the 8920, outputs 1 and 2 were going to speakers, and then outputs 3 and 4 were going to the line inputs of like a second audio interface, and then that was the capture source for OBS. Which actually worked really well because you basically get total system audio capture. So if I was playing a game, browser audio, playing an audio file, whatever, if you use something like Restream, if I'm understanding it correctly, it only works, it's only going to take audio from the master bus of the project that you have it active on. So if you were then going to try and just play like direct monitoring through your interface, or audio from a demo that you were playing off your hard drive or something, then it wouldn't work. So two interfaces is one way to go. You wouldn't need anything expensive to do that. Like the one that I used was an old Complete Audio 6, like one of the original ones, which I think you can get probably for like 60 to 80 pounds now. And that works absolutely fine. What I'm using now is just the Focusrite stuff. So I have an 8920 and an Octopre. And then in OBS on PC, there's actually an ASIO plugin. So if your interface has a loopback channel, which is anything after inputs 1 and 2, then you can use the OBS ASIO plugin to stream it. Thing with Windows Audio, so things like OBS and the like won't see anything past inputs 1 and 2. So like my loopback is inputs, I think 9 and 10. Went online and was like, is there any way to get ASIO inputs into OBS? And yeah, I found there's a plugin which sorts everything out. So that's how I'm able to get all my system audio. Like, Spotify right now is playing through it and everything. And yeah, I'm listening to myself. What about it? It's been a while. Summer's busy at work. Haven't had much spare time. Yeah, man, I know how it is. And we should definitely get on some games. Yeah, I think as the winter draws in, I'm going to be trying to find reasons to stay up here and stay warm and avoid putting the heating on. Not to get too boring, but I had a email today that was just like, oh yeah, man, we were thinking of maybe putting your monthly up to like £380 a month. That's what we think it should be. I'm like, dude, like, oh, it's crazy, man. 2 years ago I was paying about £60 odd a week, and now they want we're pushing close to £400. Not £60 a week, £60 a month. Yeah, 380 quid a month, man. It's crazy. Like, the trouble is obviously because I work from home. I have at least one powerful computer that's on for most of the day, and there's nothing I can do about that. I mean, I can do some things like maybe I can have my speakers off and I can work through headphones. That's kind of where it's at the minute, man. It's like, it literally kind of looking around the room thinking, right, like what do I need on during the day? But it seems like nothing I do makes much of a difference. And now they're saying to people like, oh, try not to use your oven between 5 and 8. It's like, okay, what do people normally do between 5 and 8 with their ovens? Like, I don't know, cook dinner? Like, oh, it's crazy, man. I said I wouldn't get into it, but it's making me very angry right now. But, it is what it is. I don't want to say it is what it is. It's not what it is. I think we should all get guillotines out. Is that against terms of service? I think we should Minecraft TNT block the rich. How about that? I feel like my mic is very clippy. Woo. Woo. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's time to put all those survival skills from video games into practice. Just walking up to trees and holding X, like, why isn't it chopping? Right, so let me get myself a little bit sorted out here. And we'll go to something a bit more interesting than my face. So, also, sup, Kitty? I did see you come in. Thank you for joining tonight. I hope you've been good. Change things over for LED lights, turn the oven off. Yeah, I mean, all of these lights are LED. That thing in the back that looks like an incandescent is actually an LED. One of those warm ones. It's like, it lasts like, I don't know, 50,000 hours or something. So yeah, you know, we're going to try and make some changes, but I am also going to be sharpening the blade on my zucchini spiralizer. I'm not even joking. So if you joined me the other night, we made some pretty good progress on this track that I'm working on, tentatively entitled Monsters. And I made a few things, a few changes last night. So the first thing you might notice is that my arrange window is looking a little bit different. And what I've done is I've put all of the major song sections into these things called blocks. So if you double click on a block, it then kind of opens up like a sub arranger that's just for that section of the song. And the cool thing about that is, say for whatever reason I wanted to use this opening riff in multiple places, I could hold Control, drag it. You see it's bringing all of the audio with it, but a little bit like the way in Fruity Loops, if you edit a pattern, then the pattern is refreshed all throughout the song. The same thing happens here. So if I was to go in and say, I don't know, I'll just draw in like an empty clip here. Back on this window, you'll see that it's updated. The thing that I did here is also there as well. So the really cool thing about this, oh shit, Dan, what's up, my man? I didn't even know you were back. That's how good friends we are, man. You just come back in the country and you don't even don't even say hi. I'm joking, man. I hope your tour was amazing, man. I saw some videos, saw some pictures. They looked incredible, and by all accounts, you guys absolutely smashed it. So welcome, Raiders. I'm probably not going to need to introduce myself. I'm assuming you guys know of my project. If you don't, it's Chimp Spanner. My name's Paul. We're working on a new track at the moment. I guess for the benefit of everyone that's in tonight, we'll give it a little playthrough, and then I'll kind of talk a little bit about what I want to do with it tonight. Try and get it to kind of like the 80-90% mark, and then we'll have a new song out soon. Thank you for the 100 bits, Daniel. Much appreciated, man. I'm going to try and play along with this, but I had a couple of sips of beer, so I don't know how it's going to go, you know. shit. Oh man, I forgot to play that bit, as if you couldn't tell. So there's a few things going on that you probably hear. This is kind of what I want to work on tonight. The transitions are like, well, there aren't any, so that's one of the things we're going to do, but I'll stop yapping over this bit, because this bit's cool. I need a bit more volume in here as well, it's like super cool. So that is the song at the moment. I've missed like a whole bunch of stuff in the chat. I thought I saw an Argel. Did I see an Argel? I think Argel. I did, and you gifted way too many gifts. Thank you very much, my man. Dude, really? The little pre-breakdown. Bing. Oh, it's like, man, thank God 2020's over. There you go. These make that more expensive, you know. It's a bargain. So, as I was saying before you all materialized in my stream, what I was doing last night was kind of putting all of these song sections into blocks, which I don't know if there's an equivalent to this in other DAWs, but the really cool thing about it is obviously I can sort of take song sections, move them around. I can go in, make an edit to one instance of the block, and it'll kind of update everywhere else. So it's one thing that I really like about working in Reason and sort of sketching things out. So one thing that I heard that I hadn't actually done yet was in between this chorus. Feel like it possibly goes into that riff a bit too quick. So what I'm going to do is we're going to scooch this across. And then in here, I have a little block called the dissonant fill. And I just want to see if that works any better going into this section. Absolute train conductor. So I was yapping all through that. I think that sounds better. I think it flows better because it just gives that little pause before it comes in. Oh Thank you, Dan. Yeah, I like that. It's staying. So let's see. So then the other thing that I wanted to do was put a riff in between this and that, because I mean it's just too abrupt. So I'm going to just put all of that over there for a sec. And what I was thinking of doing, so one thing that I like to try and do in riffs, so as not to kind of have everything feel too sort of disconnected and random, is just pick out phrases and patterns that tend to repeat a lot. So one thing that happens on this riff and the variation is you've got that bum-ba-dum. So I kind of want to build a riff off of that that's going to sort of bridge the gap between these two. Something along the lines of... and then have like a sort of... And there's another bit in that riff. So maybe I could try and work that in somehow, like I'm not sure if the... it's supposed to be that. But that's a bit awkward to get to. So maybe I could just do like an open power chord. And then it could end on stop. So almost like a fake out ending. And then when it's had like a couple of beats to breathe, go into this kind of like spooky, moody section. So that is what I'm going to try and do. So we use just any block, and we put it where I want it. And then open up the arranger for that block. This is going to be rough as houses at the start, so I just kind of need to work out the rhythm and stuff. And then we'll go back in and make it sound not shit. Yeah, I use a 1/16. A 1/16 metronome. What tasty guitar tone is that Neural 14? It's a Neural something, and I can tell you what it is. Yeah, it's Neural 14, and it's also pretty much just default, like init patch. It just sounds good. Sounds really good. The other thing that I did have to do compared to last night is I went through and replaced some of the less important guitar tracks with Pod Farm 2, which I'm still rocking, obviously. But just for like those layer guitars, the P-Ball works absolutely fine, and it uses like a fraction of the CPU. Like Reason thinks it's using 0% versus something like Neural, which is kind of like hovering around sort of 15 to 20%. So. Maybe not an octave, just do like a single note bend, like. No, I don't like that. I like that. Do need that metronome a bit louder though. Is that nice? You enjoying that? It's content. Ah. Yes, that is quite the accolade. So let's try getting some drums in on that. We'll call this bridging riff. So yeah, the cool thing is obviously as I've done that, that's now sort of being populated into that block. And it would help if I wasn't monitoring. Idiot. I mean, those drums kind of suck, but something like that. So I kind of like that it's breaking away from that constant like snare on the 3 and whatever. So let me just kind of try that again. I'm having to, well, I'll transpose it up, but my keyboard's a bit fucked, so I'm having to play the drums lower down than I usually would. Kind of sucks. Yeah, so kind of start it simple just with the stabs, like, and then as it comes into the repetition, kind of lead in with that. Yeah, okay, something like that. These are too loud, so just bring those down. What are you using? What fingers are you using for each drum sound? Yeah, so my what should be my drum cam is broken, so I'll just very quickly tilt the camera down so you can. Oh, you can't really see. Oh, that sucks. Damn. And my webcam is hot, man, like proper hot to the touch. So kind of hard to show. I use, so these two fingers on my left hand are kicks. Thumb is snare. And then that leaves the little finger and first finger and the other fingers to do cymbals. So like, and then you can also use a combination of like first two fingers to do like quads and stuff. Like, it's literally just going like. Did I do a video on it? I don't think I did. If I can sort myself out with a new drum cam, maybe over the weekend or something, I'll maybe do like a little video or something for YouTube on it, because I'm sure someone would be interested in it. For now, I'm just going to duplicate this. Actually, no, I'm not, because I want it to go. Right, so that that can literally just be stabs because it's going to end on bam, 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 bam. I don't actually need to use two snares for the flange. There's a sample. So now let's try, well, I want to see how that flows from this section. If I keep that dissonant note going over the top, really build it up. And then bring this section in. Maybe I could do just like a bit of volume automation on this as well, so like it comes in a little bit quieter. Kind of almost want it to come out of nowhere. Yeah, I think that's kind of cool. So now let's put in some bass. Greetings from Oz, Mrs. Bennett. I've followed you since At the Dream's Edge release. MySpace was a thing back then. Wow. And I remember sending you a message there praising everything about the album and how you inspired me. I really hope I replied. If I didn't, it's okay. I'm here now. It still does to this day. Matter of fact, rock on, mate. No, I really appreciate that, man. Thank you. It's always quite shocking to me that people are kind of still kind of hold that album dear in their hearts when it's been, you know, such a long time. I did kind of dip for like, I don't know, a decade, something like that. Did a very good job of convincing myself that I didn't miss it. And it's only really been quite recently that I've gotten back into it through, obviously Twitch has been a big part of that. Dan pulling me out of my office of spreadsheets to do a tour that I thought I didn't want to do was also quite a big part in sort of re-energizing me and reinvigorating me into doing that. So yeah, it's nice to reconnect with all this stuff, and it's really nice to reconnect with people that, you know, have been with me for so long since the beginning. So I do very much appreciate that, man. So yeah, now it is bass time. Also, let me know, by the way, if the mic is loud enough. I'm constantly worried that it's either peaking or it's too quiet. So if you want it up, just tell me up. If you want it down, tell me down. None of those were the right note. One, two, three, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So the other thing that I heard that was kind of an accident, but I liked it, was having that kind of spooky Mick Gordon kind of sound. So I know it's a sloppy take, but I'm just going to try and double it up. I want to try and doing something maybe different with the high guitar, the high part on one of the other takes. No worries, Daniel. Glad you could clatch. I'm glad you could catch a little bit of it. And yeah, hit me up when you want to play some games, man. I'm always down. Hey, Pete, how you doing, man? Yeah, that sounds cool. Doing the on top of is really dissonant. And then what I could also do is the way there's this kind of high guitar part. So keep that note, and then kind of add layers to it. So it's like just kind of stack those notes on top of each other. That could sound pretty cool. So we'll do So I think I'll keep the high part constant on the middle guitar take, and then we'll go higher on the panned double track. Oh, Discord is. Wait, why is that not sent? Ah, there you go. Yeah, just hop in there. I'm usually about during the day. There's a production channel if you have any sort of questions about stuff there, or just chatting shit, basically. That's what I do. think I kind of messed that up. Go again. Bit more volume as well. Damn it. So now let's go to... is on Spooky Layer. It's alright. Kate is just demolishing her shower door. Brilliant. And then on the other side, let's try having it shift like... very sloppy. Okay, so we'll trim off the end of these guitars and then just make sure that that sounds good coming out of this section. Ah, yeah, sorry. I know why that's happening. I just need to extend the length of this pattern and just add in some automation at the end that's going to keep that low. Is the metronome you use a plugin or part of Reason? Yeah, so actually one of the really nice things about Reason, one of the many nice things that I'm always banging on about, is there's a lot of customization and you can build things that you need, because obviously it's all... Don't be put off by the wires, by the way. You very rarely have to look at these. But the way everything's built, you can kind of make your own devices and tools. So a really good example of that is something like, if I go to presets, drum machines, the last drum machine. So this is something that I was working on just for my own... Was it this one? Or was it the Retro Kit Maker? Yeah, it was this one. So basically, what like a single drum interface for like synthwave 80s type stuff. So the thing is, this is actually made up of multiple stock devices, and then you can kind of build your own panel on top of that. You could do some crazy stuff with it. You make your own instruments, your own effects, all sorts of stuff. Kind of got a bit off the trail there. Point is, Reason is very good at that. If you need a particular thing done, it's very easy to make it. So in the case of the metronome, I literally just have a one-step sequencer that's attached to a drum machine with a rim shot, and then the stop and start of that is mapped to the shortcut Shift and C. So C is my main click, Shift and C is my secondary click. But the really cool thing is, this pattern could be anything. So say if I wanted to play a riff that was in threes over the main click, you could then also, if you wanted to, you could program in like a pattern of accents. So say that your riff was like, it's very cool. So yeah, that's a very long way of saying no, it is not the included metronome with Reason. Let me just go in and fix this thing. So we want like an extra, let's see, extra bar. And then we also want the volume automation to last until the end of that, and that should keep it quiet as it goes into the next section. That's way better. Then it used to just go straight into that and it sounded really dumb. Ooh, haven't saved. Whoops. There's something else I want to change in this as well. We'll go back to it in a second. It's during this kind of verse section. I just did like a really sort of typical clean, plinky guitar thing, and it doesn't really vibe well with the synthy, like ethereal side of the song. So we'll fix that in a second as well. To retrack this as well, it's a bit sloppy. And then the same way that I built off, yeah, I suppose you could do that really in any DAW that has a step sequencer. I know Cubase has one, and you could probably map the run, or at least like the channel mute or something for it, just turn it on and off. Yeah, so in the same way that I built off of that, I think end on a dun 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 bam, or but then I've already used that once, so let's go with Or maybe... maybe. No, I think it can end up... is it lame to use that twice? Because I already kind of used it. I'll try it the first way first, and then if it doesn't work, I'll do it the other way. Ah. Yeah, that sounds cool. I think this needs some... Yeah, so I'm doubling up the bass with like a sort of sub-bass sound as well. Which you can't really hear, but it just adds like a bit of extra bottom end. So, let's see how that flows. Also... yeah, I'll just listen to it through from the last chorus and then see how it's feeling. I don't know. What are we saying? Does it sound abrupt? Does it sound like an odd length? I think because I'm playing this bit here with octaves and this bit with single notes, maybe it sounds a bit different, but I don't know. Otherwise, like, how does it feel? How does it sound? Also, the other thing as well is I muted that sort of main motif thing. Kind of just because I didn't want to like overdo it, but it sounds quite bare. And also I took away the top layers in this final chorus because I want to do some kind of like lead melody that I can hopefully tie in with a solo in the verse as well. shit. I don't know. So that's why I left that blank. That sounds better with that layer put back in, 100%. Yeah, maybe this could fade in. That could sound cool. And then bring it to a dead stop. So if we just be very, very lazy. Hey, thank you very much for the sub, Dopey. Appreciate it. Don't know what these are doing. So let's extend this note outwards. That sounds kind of cool, actually. Just like trailing off. I was going to just cut it like dead, but I think it sounds better just kind of lingering. Right, now the other thing that I wanted to see too is in this verse section. I was hearing a couple of chord changes. So, that is the wrong instrument. And why are you not playing? Oh, idiot. There you go. So then I'm going to work sort of backwards from that point to sort of build some chords around this section. Like. What did I just do? I'd also like a bass drone, but we'll take the reverb off for this section as well. It's too loud, I think. Maybe if it's just like, it's just blended in, so I'll kind of bring... Okay, so let's do like a little bit of filter action. Just kind of bring the sound in and out. And I'm literally just going to bury that right in the mix. Like, I just want it to be there, but not sort of too overpowering. So let's use the master output to automate the volume. So call intro drone bass vol. Perhaps the only thing that I do sort of say to people who are looking at Reason as a DAW is that you have to stay quite organized and on top of things. So you'll notice that I've kind of manually set that basically it doesn't have track folders yet. I'm hoping that it does one day. But in absence of that, what I've done is I'm using these devices here that are specifically just like dividers for the rack. But I've also made like MIDI note tracks for them, just so I can kind of have a dummy track here and use that as a divider between the sections. So I can kind of look at this whole stack of tracks here and say, well, these are all guitars. These are like my layer guitars. These are cleans, leads, and then synths. So I always like to stay on top of like my organization and stuff while I'm working. Just helps me to not go crazy, I guess. Yeah, that sounds cool, like buried in the mix. Don't think it needs a synth there. Why something was lingering. What is that? It's going like boom. What? Oh, spooky layer group. Spooky. Oh. There you go. Are you using EasyBass? No, I'm using Odeholm Audio, Odeholm Studios. I can show it to you. It's the Avalanche bass. So it used to be Impact. So this is the old version that I had before they changed to Odeholm. I think they changed it because there's like an Impact Soundworks studio or something. David, how you doing, man? Nice to have you with us. Yeah, I'm also told I do have there's another bass of theirs I do have on account that I haven't tried out yet, but everyone's telling me that it's very good. Yeah, what time is it for you, David? It's Philippines, right? Or thereabouts? Yeah, so that phrase could be a lot cleaner. Oh, wow. Dude, that's early. Is it like for work or what? Oh, come on now. That'll do. No, it won't. Maybe if I do... Yeah, that would make more sense, because if it was where it finishes is... wait, I think... Where does it finish? That would be the next in the sequence. So if I do... Ah! Why is this not happening? I don't know, would it be weird to do just that bit on that pickup? I don't know, man. Fuck it, let's do it. We'll do it just for this bit, because it does help it stay a bit tighter. Yeah, I think that's okay. I never said I was the cleanest. So where is that? When does that happen? Yeah, so if I just pull that down a bit in the mix, maybe like filter it or something. So we'll go to rhythm group and... let's try a filter. Ow. We'll try bandpass. And then, where has it put that now? Ah, there you go. So that is rhythm, bandpass, filter, on, off. Track color. Ooh, that's nice. Yeah, I like that. Let me let's try something quick. Also, recent start at the end of summer sale. Yeah, I saw that, David. Is it like $100 and something to upgrade? Like I don't know. Whatever it is a good deal. For anyone that's curious about Reason, even if you wouldn't sort of be interested in trying out the sequencer, which for the things that it's missing, and it's missing a few, I do still recommend it. I do still love it. But you can take this portion of it, the rack, and you can use that as a VST3 or an AU plugin in your DAW. So you can basically load up multiple instances of this rack and just make your own instruments, your own effects change and stuff in the DAW of your choice. But obviously some things about Reason work best in Reason. So things like the blocks, obviously, and a whole bunch of other stuff that's really good, especially for electronic music. Blocks is a time saver. Yeah, to be honest, I never used to use it until I had an electronic album that I was commissioned to do. I think it was like 20 something tracks, and I didn't do them. I was gonna mention the reason why I didn't do them, but it's quite embarrassing. So we'll just say it didn't get done. And I realized that I had a very short space of time to do it. And what I basically did was using blocks before I even had any music written down. I was just going in here and saying, right, that's going to be my intro. That's my verse. That's my chorus. Verse again. Use the intro as a bridge. End and a chorus. And then I'd just go in and fill each of these sections out with whatever the music was supposed to be. And when I came back out into the main view, I mean, you can kind of see it here. You have an arrangement. Incredible way of working. And I think at some points I was doing maybe 3 songs a day, 2-3 songs a day. And blocks was a big part of that. Oh yeah, what was I going to do? So the phrasing for this bit. In my head, I want it to go dum, ga-dum, 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 dum. So what we'll do is we'll grab all of this, go into, say, block 15, and call it alternate chuggy wuggies. Hey, lovely. Thank you for the sub, David. And then we'll change this so that it kind of dum. So now in this view, I can swap out dissonant fill for alternate chuggy wuggies. Let's use democracy, okay? Which one sounds best? Dissonant fill? Or chuggy wuggies? I'm going with chuggy wuggies myself. I got a bad case of the chuggies. And I need a huggy. Oh, that was the other thing I meant to do in this section. Because I've used like a sort of choir patch at various points in the song. I just want to see how that works here. maybe have it kind of swell nearer the start. Also wondering if, just for that section, it would sound cool to have like a bit of delay on the rhythm guitars. Like just a tiny bit though, because I don't want to make it sloppy. I think that sounds cool. Yeah, so let's do that. We'll automate that on for... So this is rhythm echo on off. Track color. Man, this is coming along quite quickly. Like, I think the only thing I need to do, like, offline probably is the solo part, because I'm not very good at coming up with those on the fly. Nobody needs to see that. You can all hear it when it's done and just be like, oh man, I bet that was so easy, so effortless. Oh man, that little bit of delay has totally changed how I feel about this section of the song. Oh, also that needs to end on a fill, like doing good. So we'll leave in so that can stay, but get rid of these. Maybe on this bit, let's turn the filter off. Put this in the middle. And then slide, maybe? So, rhythm left. 2. Rhythm right. See how that sounds. What do you reckon for the slide? What do you reckon? Without it, I can just quickly draw in some blank audio parts. Or we could even try it without the snare hit. Nah, that sounds shit. So we'll do snare hit and we'll do the slide as well. Nice. Right, what do you say? We'll give it a run through in its current form. And then I'll probably call it for tonight, only because I have work tomorrow and I'm trying not to stay up all night and be a piece of shit. I feel that Reason is dropping a major update after the sale. I mean, I'd like to think so, David. But it's a weird one because without sort of getting too sidetracked. If you look down the bottom here, I've got Cubase, 12 Pro, Reason 12, obviously, Fruity Loops 20, Live 11, and I jump between them a lot. And the thing that I realise, and this is kind of, it's quite good to see if you only spend time in the user communities for the software that you use. It's very easy to get the impression that like everyone else's software is doing so much better, and they're adding things all the time, and everything's working like exactly how you want it to work. Then you get into those other programs, and you're like, "But I can do this in Reason, and I can't do it in this." But you can do something in that you can't do in Reason. So it's like truly no DAW has everything, but flitting between these programs as much as I do quite appreciate that it actually has almost everything it needs. I mean, not that I particularly use it apart from like on vocals and stuff, but you've got warp editing, so you can edit timing and stuff, pitch editing, kind of like a Melodyne type thing. It records MIDI, it records audio, and it does a good mix. So yeah, it's kind of good to get that perspective from other programs, and then you kind of come back to this and be like, well, is anything that it's missing actually stopping me from making music? Which in my case, I don't believe it is, but yeah. So let's have a listen to this kind of just non-stop. I'll try my best not to gab. I mean, if anything sounds off or weird or shit, or if it sounds cool, and if you like it, then like tell me, give me some feedback or something. Yeah, I'll fix that in a second. Nice. That's good to hear. I think so a couple of nights when I was working on it, there was a lot of like disparity between all the sections. Like nothing really felt like it fit. But I think I've managed to add in enough little callbacks to different like phrases and rhythmical motifs and stuff that it all sort of ties together, I think. And when I've also got the lead part in for the final chorus and I managed to relate that back to the verse, I think that will sort of tie it together. Just realised this whole middle section was inspired by Julian Casablancas' song. It's very strange. Transition could be better, I think. And this could maybe be bigger. Man, that's cool. I'm actually really happy with that. Yeah, literally. So there's some retracking to be done, definitely. Oh, Dolphin. Yeah, sorry, mate. I'm right near the end. I've been on for an hour and a half. But yeah, I mean, I think that's flowing quite nicely now. The sections make a lot more sense. First time chat. Good buddy Coco. Paul, I saw you live in 2012 when you opened up for the Contortionists in the States. Yes, that was awesome. I remember being there and people thinking that I was odd for not knowing Contortionists at the time, being at the show for you. You have no idea how happy I'm to see you working on stuff. Oh, dude, thank you very, very much. Yeah, that feels like a lifetime ago. I think it was probably the best part of 10 years. Maybe more, like 11, 12. Probably around 10, actually. But yeah, no, man, that whole run of shows was fantastic. The Contortionists were like super chill guys to play with. And Jeff Loomis obviously was like just super fun to hang around with, and was very nice in letting me borrow his whole ass band. Like, well, two of his band, but the Anoop, the drummer, and Greg, guitarist, they would pull in double shifts like for the whole tour, and they did such a fantastic job of it. I just started college back then. Yeah. It's quite funny. I talk to a lot of people now. When I talk to them about things that happened like 10 years ago, they're just like, oh yeah, I was like, I don't know, 8 or something. It's kind of weird. I'm kind of old. But yeah, so I think the main outstanding issues for me at the minute. Oh, there was actually one thing while I'm here and while I remember it, was that I'd forgotten to automate on the delay, which is quite funny because when I was like, oh yeah, man, the delay makes this bit sound really good, like it was off. Which is quite funny. But the one thing with that is that I do get a bit of a volume drop. So we'll use this gain utility to just bump that up like a couple of dB. I don't mind it being a little bit buried, but it was just a little bit too low before. I'll try one thing. It might it might not work. Let's put in this. I'm gonna call this verse arpeggio, and then we'll. This might sound really shit, so if it does, I'll just delete it. Yes, lovely. Let's try an up arpeggio, 2 octaves. Short, plucky sound. Oh, dude, I picked up Obsession specifically because it was on sale. It was like $38 or something. So good. Really, really good. Interesting, actually, Fractured, the track that I put out recently, was inspired by that synth. Because it had a patch on there that was called like Blade Runner Pad or Blade Runner Strings or something. And that was what I did that opening synth motif on. And then ages later, I opened it up and it was like, oh, you don't have this instrument anymore, because I'd let the demo run out. And then, yeah, I think I ended up using Antidote. But yeah, that's funny you should mention that. That synth did actually spur on that entire song, like just from that opening section. Idiot. I still don't know if I like this. I'm going to keep it or not. But. Nah, it's too much. It's clashing with that the guitar pattern, and it's just not needed. It's worth a shot. Got to try things out. So yeah, all that's really left to do on this is lead part, which I think is going to go in this space here. Oh, also, sorry, the other thing that's not working is the drone note there. Like, doesn't serve any purpose. I think there should maybe be some kind of ambient sound that kind of builds up to a swell on this bit. But that's just, it's too much. So yeah, some kind of lead part here. I do wonder if something's lost in this final chorus by not having the that top line. I don't know. I'll think about it. It might not need it by the time I've got a lead part on there. So I will very quickly see who is about, because it's been quite a long time since I've done a raid. Normally around this sort of time I would give Nicole a raid, but she's been streaming quite a bit later lately. I'm such a noob, man. I don't even know where you find like who's on. Raid a channel. Nah, there's not really anybody on. That's a bit of a shame. Well, I guess in that case, I can just I could just go. But yeah, thank you so much for everyone that's stuck around. I see quite a few of you are still in here from Dan's raid, so that's super, super cool. Thank you very much for all the new follows. As I said earlier, if you would like to join the Discord, please feel free to. Just to kind of drop in and say hi and keep me company. Please be my friends. Yeah, but otherwise, I'll probably be on again at some point in the weekend. I might try and do something a little bit different, maybe something electronic. If I'm really at a loose end at some point during this week, I might even just hop on and play a bit of a game or something. Could be kind of cool. But yeah, again, thank you so much for everyone that has tuned in tonight. I hope you all have lovely days, lovely evenings, lovely mornings, wherever you are. And I will catch you all next time. Awesome. Peace out.